Right, today I'm going to talk about something different, because I feel like this point is being massively overlooked by everyone, especially game developers, and it's about DLC, specifically in Destiny. And everyone knows what a DLC is. It's pretty much something you can download, sometimes you have to purchase it, and it expands the game, giving you new missions, maps, whatever. Now, Destiny has 3 DLCs / expansions. It has the Taken King, which is the most recent one, the House of Wolves, which was the second one, and the Dark Below, which was the first one. So if you have the DLC, yes, there's extra stuff for you. What most people don't realise is if you don't have the DLC, you're massively affected, because there's a lot of content that's removed from the game that you can't play anymore. I'll get onto that in a bit. So we're going to get started. It's the first small thing in Destiny that's been taken away with the new recent Taken King update is the strikes. Now there used to be 4 playlists, now there's only 1, which is level 20, which is pointless to anyone without the DLC, because who wants to do a level 20 strike and get level 20 items and no engrams, because it's kind of pointless. But strikes aren't that important, so I'm not going to moan about having 1 strike take away, because everyone knows they're not that important, no one played them that much. But the big thing are the Nightfalls. Now everyone plays Nightfalls every week. Now with the first expansion, the Dark Below, this wasn't too bad. The level cap was level 32, I could still get armor to get me to level 31, which was just 1 below, and I could still do the Nightfalls. Yeah, fair enough, I had to wait every now and then because the Nightfall might be a DLC, but couldn't they have added an extra playlist, for example? If there was a DLC Nightfall on that particular week, why couldn't people without the DLC have done a different one? There's no reason why that couldn't have took place. So anyway, it wasn't too bad with the Dark Below. Then we had the House of Wolves. That's when things got a bit iffy, because the max level cap was 34. Yeah, I could still reach level 33, but that's not as easy as you'd think. In order for me to level up, I needed an etheric light, and to get that, the only way you could get it without the DLC is by doing a Nightfall. As the max level went up for your character, so did the Nightfall level. So how am I supposed to level up when I can't do a Nightfall because I'm not high enough level, and the only way for me to level up is by doing a Nightfall? On top of that, for sometimes 2 weeks in a row I wouldn't be able to do the Nightfall because they'd both be DLC, and this would also occur for the heroic strikes, so that's when things started to get a bit iffy. But the game was still playable, you know. I could still sometimes play Nightfalls with other people that were higher levels that had the DLC, but they'd have to carry me through it because I wouldn't be able to do enough damage to enemies because I couldn't upgrade my weapons without this etheric light. Now with the Taken King, leveling has gone up even more to the point where I can't really do Nightfalls anyway. And this leveling doesn't just affect the Nightfalls, it affects everything from Crucible to buying armor, etc. For example, if I go to the Hunter vendor, I can't buy absolutely anything because everything is level 40, and I can't reach level 40 without the DLC. Same goes for the Crucible vendor, so Crucible is pointless to me now because I can't buy anything for that. So it sort of makes the game unplayable. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't play Nightfalls. All I can do is missions, which, you know, they haven't got any story to them, which is one thing that everyone hated about Destiny. And a level 20 strike playlist. I can play Crucible, but the only game mode I can play is Skirmish, because every other game mode, everyone's level 4. Well, not everyone, but most people are level 40. So they have better weapons, higher shields, and they can pretty much take me down in a couple hits. I never play Crucible anyway, so that's not a problem for me. But for other people that play Crucible, like, it might be kind of annoying, I don't know. But what I'm pretty much saying, there's a lot of content that's been removed from the game if you don't have the DLC, to the point where it's kind of not even worth having anymore. You shouldn't have to buy DLC to keep playing a game which costs, you know, 50, 40 quid, which is quite a lot for a lot of people. Now that I've finished going on at the game itself, I'm going to get onto another point, which is the price. Now, I'm going to use Rockstar as an example. When GTA 4 came out, or not straight away, probably a few months after, they released a DLC. This DLC was 10 quid, and it included 2 separate campaigns with 2 different characters, each with their own weapons and vehicles, etc. Each campaign was the same length as the original, added new missions, new collectibles, new weapons, new vehicles, but all of this was 10 quid, and that's a lot of content. Now for Destiny, you're paying 20 quid for the first 2 expansions, so that's 40 quid, and 40 for the Taken King, that's 80 quid altogether. Don't know what that is in dollars, but that's double the game. Each one 20 quid. The Dark Below, you had a few missions, a raid, and a strike. No one cares about the missions, you play them once, that's it. Strikes, fair enough, you might replay them. The raid is where it's at, that's all anyone wants to do for rewards. People might say, oh, that's a lot of content, I played it a lot. That's not content, that's replayability. You pay 20 quid to play the same mission over and over again. That's what you're paying for if you think about it like that. You're not paying for loads of raids, you're paying to do the same thing over and over again and increase your level cap by 34. If it had, like, I don't know, 5 raids or something like that, where you could play loads of different maps or whatever, fair enough, it might be worth 20 quid, but you're paying 20 quid for effectively a strike and a raid, which will only take a few hours. That's not enough content for 20 quid. And then you think about the GTA 4 DLC, which was 10 quid. I 100% guarantee you that the GTA 4 DLC, for both them 2 stories, has tons more content than all the Destiny DLCs put together. Yeah, the Destiny DLCs, you might have replayability, but that's only because you want to get the rewards. DLC in Destiny does not have content, it has replayability, so you just play it over and over again until you get what you want. So a lot of people think that's getting your money's worth. It's not really, is it? Because you're paying for one mission, which you're doing over and over again. And I'm not trying to make Rockstar look good, because they're not. They're absolutely not. Because in GTA 5, they've got these shark cards, which cost like 20 quid for 1 million GTA dollars or whatever they are. Now that might sound like a lot, but everyone knows it's not, because that's effectively the price of one car in the game. Now why can they charge this much? Pretty much because they can. And why can't they? Because there's always going to be people that are willing to buy these DLCs. I guarantee you, if the DLCs or expansions were 150 quid each or 100 quid each, there would be people that were willing to pay pay that much for it. It doesn't matter if they lost numbers, the increase in price would make up for that, so that doesn't matter. It might sound stupid, but think about it. It's getting to the point where video game companies care more about the money than they do the players, which is kind of wrong. Fair enough, they're businesses, they've got to make money, whatever, but little things such as DLCs should not be as overpriced as they are. And they should definitely not make the game unplayable if you don't buy them. But like I said, I don't want to just go on at Bungie for this sort of things. A lot of companies are doing it. For example, like I said, Rockstar, and then you've got the Call of Duty series, which is now just a money maker, to be honest. Like for me, the Call of Duty franchise went downhill after Call of Duty 4, but that's just my opinion, like I said. But anyway, guys, I've finished ranting now. That's pretty much it. If you don't disagree with me, I don't mind. Fair enough. Dislike the videos. So give all the hate comments. I don't mind. I couldn't care less. I just wanted to put this point out there because even though it sounds like I'm moaning, which I sort of am, I just wanted to get this point across because to the few people out there that haven't got loads of money to waste on games, this is actually an important point. So anyway, that's it. I'm done ranting. Sorry if you hate me now, but that's pretty much all I've got to say. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye bye.